anything else, I knew I needed a rat like you on my team. Little freaking stat nerd.
I did it. I don't take that, man. I bombed it.
Straight diarrhea too.
And he's just getting excited because he hasn't had the taste of the top of the leaderboard since he was fucking 2.
Well, I was gonna say, was I born to be an electrician? The Bills Mafia, baby! Buffalo 1!
Hello and welcome back to the Five Back Podcast. And if you've noticed, everyone is gone. We had a full staff last week, and now we've dwindled down to 3 people. Back with Jacob. Jacob, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. You?
Oh, we'll get into it. Shane, how are you?
Not too good.
Well, we're filming this on an NFL Sunday. And this is swiftly after the Bills lost to the Patriots, but we're gonna touch on that later. Fellas, how are we since last pod? Not much has gone on sports-wise since then, eh?
I'm
No.
disappointed.
Just
All my teams are losing.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
You're cheering for a losing team, though. In
Wow.
Chicago.
Well, yeah.
My
but-
team's not supposed to be losing, but they are.
We're all struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll go over. We'll do like we do every week, a team recap, and we'll start with the Islanders. We're 2 games or 3 games more since we talked last. You guys played
Yeah,
3
3
games?
more. 3 more.
Your last game, of course, was a loss to the Buffalo Sabres. Shane, what are you thinking so far?
I honestly just want to get into a rebuild.
Yeah.
I am tired of just being in like the middle of the pack for the past feels like 5 years, where we barely make playoffs, and then sometimes we get lucky. But
Well,
it's like the team just after halfway through, or they finally get into the game, they just stop skating and then they start watching.
Well, if we look at your team, I would say that you look like you're already in a rebuild. You don't really have
No.
any superstars other than Barzal, but that's been the story of the Islanders forever. Like, you guys have just been mediocre for as long as I can remember.
Going back to the Bo Horvat signing last year, or the trade, I didn't like it at first, and I still don't really like it because I don't see the point in it. We were already gonna make playoffs without him.
Mm-hmm.
That was just pure luck.
You get over the edge.
That was just pure luck, though. That one player is not gonna do shit.
And you paid him $8 million it was, or something
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
an
So
overpay and a half.
Which is surprising because Lou Lamoriello hates paying players.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm surprised as well. I'm trying to see if I can.
I just feel like being a mediocre team is just 10 times worse because you have
Well, yeah,
you have the highs of winning and then you have the lows of losing, and a loss just hurts. But
Well,
if you're
and it's
already in a rebuild, you expect the loss and you hope for a win.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Where now
also
you expect to win and you hope you don't lose.
it's also if you finish 20th in the league and you don't make playoffs, you get a 15th overall
That's what I
pick,
mean,
and
like,
that
And
guy.
that's what you know what you guys need. You're 5th in your division, sitting 2-1-1. So
Yeah, but one
I mean,
win
not
brings
the
them to
worst
first, though.
thing.
How's Philly in first? That's sad.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, it's not the worst record by any means.
No, but it's our development sucks,
Yeah.
and we don't have anyone.
yeah, I can't remember the last good player. to come
our
through your
last
ranks
good
since you
player
drafted.
that-
A few come up, but they traded them away.
Yeah. We got Isaiah George, but he's gonna be in London for the majority of his junior career,
Mhm.
and then he'll maybe make the AHL team. Well, he will, but
Yeah.
the NHL team he might make.
Yeah, I don't even know what the Islanders if you're
I
an
don't
Islander
even
fan,
know where they're going right now.
what to look forward to. I mean, Wallstrom seems when he first broke in, thought he'd be all right, but he's kind of plateaued.
Who the hell is
Yeah.
that? Hudson Fashion.
You got Hudson Fasching.
Oh yeah, that's
Julian Gauthier, Simon Holmstrom's not bad.
no. We have
No, you're a pure depth team. No,
Yeah.
actual superstar skill.
it's just.
But
The-
Sorokin will carry it a couple.
Oh,
Sorokin
Sorokin's
will
the
carry,
only
that's it.
Sorokin's the only reason why we sniff the wild card. Or else, without him, I'm pretty sure we'd be
Okay, well, you could take
Chicago.
Colorado's a loss.
Well, I was gonna say, let's take a look at your next
they could
5
win the next
games.
3 though.
Your next 5 games of Colorado, Ottawa, Columbus.
I see us going
And
1
Detroit.
and 3.
So who do you think you're winning? Who do you think you're losing to?
I think they can beat Columbus.
We're beating Columbus and we're losing the next 3. Or like
Think?
the
I
other
think they
3.
can come out with like a shootout loss to Detroit.
I think
Detroit, I feel like will be like until like 5 minutes left in the game. Like it's gonna be a scrappy one.
I don't-
Ottawa,
yeah.
maybe like overtime.
I think you beat Ottawa for sure. I think you beat Ottawa and you beat Columbus. You lose to Detroit and Colorado for sure. And then your 5th game would be Washington, which
You could win.
Yeah,
well,
we could
it
win
should
that
be
one.
a dub. Washington are are not looking very strong this year.
Obi's rough too.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next team around the table in the Florida Panthers. Still 7th in the Atlantic. 2-3-0. Jacob, thoughts so far on the season?
We need Ekblad and Montour back.
Yeah.
Like our defense is definitely better than it was last year, but it's not. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Now, I did say you'd lose to the Leafs. You beat the Leafs,
Yeah,
which was a surprise, but
I think we'll win the next 2.
Yeah.
Because San Jose hasn't won a game yet.
yeah, well,
I think we can win the next 2.
well, yeah.
Boston, I feel like we might scrape out a win. Like, we're good against good teams. We're shit against
Yeah.
shit teams. That's how
Yeah.
we've always been. We always lose to the shitty teams and win against the good teams. Like, Toronto, was one of the best games I've seen Florida ever play. And then
Yeah.
you watch Vancouver, and they're shit until the 3rd period.
So it really just is a story of no Montour, no Ekblad. Do you think they make that big of a
I think
difference?
you add Montour and Ekblad in there, I think we're top 5 in the league.
top 5 in the league?
If you take those out, I think we're
Well, you're not
maybe
even
top
you're
20,
not even-
maybe top 20.
You're not even
maybe.
top 5 in the division. I mean, yeah, it's early, but you're behind Montreal, which just doesn't seem right to say at all. But yeah, I think it's the same old story for you guys. And then if we move on to my team, the Chicago Blackhawks, we went from, well, last time we talked, we were 2nd in the Central. We are now dead last. And, well,
Makes sense.
same old. Bedsy scored another goal. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, that was
I don't
nice.
care about Bedsy anymore.
Just-
I don't think he's winning Calder.
Just what it was it was
It was
like
sick
just
goal.
an
Was it?
incredible release.
Pull it out.
It was so
It was like one of his
Like a
like
bullet.
goals that like it was a goal you expected his first one to be.
Yeah.
Not that stupid wraparound. Or
Yeah.
whatever he did.
Well, I mean, he'll take all you can get, right? You're not gonna,
But like the
Why
only
do we have
thing the only
X?
because that's what you find out.
the only thing that matters about Chicago is if he's just playing well and
he
he's living up to his expectations.
and I think that's pretty safe to say. Here's the goal for Jake.
Did they beat Vegas or no?
No, we lost 5-2 to Vegas. High
What a
slot walk in,
snipe.
bang.
Oh yeah,
nip,
that was a nice goal.
nip. So just beauty. Good to see him get off the mark. Now my question to you fellas is, obviously, he's getting a lot of media attention, like a
Mhm.
shit ton.
Yeah, he's supposed
Do
to be
you-
the next McDavid.
Do you think that at a point gets to his head and we start seeing it affect him, or do you think that he can handle it throughout the year?
It all depends on how he takes it. Like it
Well-
depends on like if he uses it like, oh, I'm the best player. Nah.
Well, he's doing like
or if he
he's
just
doing like 7 intermission interviews
That's
like
what I'm saying, but like
throughout the game, you know?
McDavid came in and he lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Like he just didn't worry about all that. He just played his hockey.
Well,
Bedard can do that. He'll be fine. But if he gets all caught up in it, then he's gonna suck.
I don't think it's necessarily him because he's been doing these since like he was 13 and he's still dominated at every level. I
Yeah.
just think
Yeah, but
it's
NHL is different than any other level.
well,
Like,
I don't care. He did in the World Juniors and that's like the
yeah.
biggest tournament in the world. But like
Yeah, but that's different than this. Like you
World
see
Juniors
the
are
well,
only
no,
big because you
I'm
see
gonna
all the
say
prospects.
what I'm saying is I think it's more so on how the team's gonna be doing
yeah.
and
yeah,
like
team's
how
gonna be shit. It's gonna be hard for him to carry.
well
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking like the media might get hard on him because it's most of the questions are gonna be about losing and like how do you
Yeah.
feel about this? How do you feel about that? And like that shit
Obviously, he's not happy
can be
about it.
be annoying.
yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
but you also have your veteran guys there for him, so like
You got
they're gonna
Bruno and you
they're
got
gonna
Perry.
tell him what to do and stuff. So like I don't think he's clearly shown already that he doesn't care about it. So
How many
Well,
points does he have right now?
I think he's just
2 goals. And
2 goals and I think 2 assists probably.
Yeah.
something
not
like that, so
terrible.
not bad. Not not off to the hottest start you'd think, but really no rookies
He's
off
no
to a
help
hot.
though.
No,
Logan Cooley is pretty good right
well, he's,
now.
yeah, but
didn't get a
again,
point
no
last
goal,
game.
no goal.
Goals don't matter. Goals
Well, yeah,
don't
you
matter.
do if you want
It's
that
how
forward,
you actually
right?
play hockey, and that's what pisses me off with everybody. Everybody goes by like stats and wins and all this stuff, and like Every
Well,
sport's
that's
a
what
te-
that's
every
what
sport's
that's what matters.
Yeah, but
Hey,
every
hey,
team
play a
is
clip
sports
back
game.
of
Like,
Jacob
every
talking about
sport is a
points
team
for
game.
D-man.
Every sport is a team game. You need a whole team to win.
Yeah.
So right now, Bedard is in one of the worst teams in the league. He's not gonna win nothing there. So you can't say he's shit just because he's not winning anything.
Yeah.
But people will say he's shit because he's not winning anything.
Yeah.
And he might not win the Calder because he has no help beside him.
He's gonna win the Calder.
He's not gonna win the Calder. I don't think so.
He's already proven it.
There's teams that are set up to win better than him.
Yeah, and I think there'll be places where rookies can get more points.
Well,
Then
like
Bedard.
you also have to like consider like people are gonna be like, this guy's on the worst team and he's still gonna put up like 70 points. So if you put him even in Logan Cooley's shoes, he probably gets 80, 85.
Exactly.
So like
you
you
gotta-
have to consider what team he's
Yeah,
on.
but you gotta consider it. It does not matter what team you're on. It matters how many points you get and if you have more points than everybody else.
Well, that's not how it works
But
in the
that's-
past.
That's most of the time how it works.
Yeah, well, he's gonna win the Calder and he's gonna
Well,
shove
yeah,
it up your butt.
I think he'll win her too. I think he'll win her too
I don't
because he's just playing well. Like, you know.
He is playing well, but
He's
if
literally-
Logan Cooley puts up an 80-point season, he puts up 50 or 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he was in that spot, he probably would have put up 100, but he's not in that spot.
Yeah,
He
but
has to make-
I don't think Logan Cooley's putting up an 80-point season.
I'm exaggerating. I'm just saying. If
Maybe
Bedard
he
puts up
could.
50 points,
Bedard-
and Logan Cooley puts up
Bedard-
65, 70, he's going to win it because he has 50 more
Bedard, out
points
of
than him.
every rookie I've seen play a game, he's the most NHL rating.
Yeah, possibly.
Leo Carlson looked good though that other game.
He looks good, but he looks afraid to get involved.
Yeah, like do the dirty work. You
Yeah.
mean, and stuff like that.
I don't know if it's just because he's
Superstars
coming
don't
off
do-
his leg injury, but like he just looks a little.
Superstars don't do the whole grind.
They're not a superstar yet, though. They haven't proven
That's
anything.
the whole point. They play like.
Like
they're
when
a
have you seen
superstar.
Austin Matthews any dirty work in his life?
None, never since he came.
You know what I
into the
mean? So I understand what you're saying, but I think Jacob's right. Like he doesn't need to be doing that, but it'd be. Well, I guess he's a much different player than Matthews. You'd say. Like,
Yeah, like there's no players that are the exact same.
league. No,
Yeah.
Like
I'm just saying it'd be like. I forget what word I'm trying to find here, but it'd be wrong if they gave Bedard Calder over somebody else if they have more points than him.
By a large amount.
okay,
By
yeah.
a
If
large
you're
amount.
if you're
Like,
talking,
if it's 1 point or 2 points, then sure, give it to Bedard. He's on a worse team.
no, I'm like going back to what you said. If he gets 50 and Logan Cooley gets 80, then yeah, I get it. But if
but
it's
even
like
65 and it's 50, like Logan Cooley
no,
should
if
get
it's
it.
65 and 50, no, it
He
should be
but
up.
he should because that
Yeah,
is,
it should be
if
who played
anything,
better.
that is like
It should be up
no,
to
I
a
agree.
that is
consideration.
like Calder's useless at that point because it's not supposed to be to the best player. It's
That-
supposed to be
that's a
who did better
toss-up.
that year though. And technically, Logan Cooley, if he drops 65 points and Bedard drops 50,
Yeah,
Logan
but on a
Cooley's
better
technically
team,
a
though.
better player.
Yeah,
that
Logan's on a
season.
better team though.
Doesn't matter.
Yes,
Doesn't
it
matter.
does.
No, because that's not how
He
it
has
works.
better players around him that give him the puck.
True, but they still like they would be doing the Calder, not like they wouldn't be doing justice if they gave it to him over Cooley, even though he dropped more points.
I don't
Like
know. I don't. Know
I
how
don't,
feel
I
about
don't
that.
like that's where like that's like saying like McDavid, you know, he dropped 100 and whatever point season last year, right?
153 or something like
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
that. So just outrageous.
that's like giving it to Draisaitl just because Draisaitl does more of the team play work or something. McDavid just scores, you know. Like I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying like that's how it would be.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Like when the player drops that many points, you can't give it to somebody less just because they're a better player. But they obviously didn't show they're a better player by only putting up 50 points instead of
But I
60.
think-
Well, the Calder is specifically for the best rookie.
Exactly. So you gotta take in everything.
Exactly.
You can't
That's what I'm
just- But you
saying.
can't just give it to him because he's on a weaker team.
No, I'm
Cooley
not
put up
saying. I'm not.
65
I'm not
points
saying he's
on
on a.
Arizona. Arizona's still shit.
Yeah, but they're better than Chicago.
Yes, technically.
That's
But I'm
very
not-
hard, though.
I'm not saying give it to him because he's on Chicago and they're sucking. I'm just saying you have to consider
Like
the
what
team
team
that's
is it?
around
if
him.
if it's like within 5 points, I agree.
If it's within 15 to 10,
I don't think so. Because 15 to 10, that's still a big stretch. That's still a big stretch of points.
you never know. Both of them could get injured. So
I'm
Yeah.
not saying Logan Cooley's winning. I'm just saying, as of right now, I don't think Bedard's gonna get it because I think there's rookies who are set up for better stats
Because
than
of the team
Bedard.
they're on.
Exactly.
But
And I don't think you should take it. Like I don't like it's depending on how the player does, not on how the team does.
I mean, if Crosby didn't get the Calder, he can't. So
I don't even think McDavid won the Calder.
yeah, because he
No,
was
'cause he got
injured.
Yeah, he got
Remember,
injured, but
like,
still,
broke
he
his-
still dropped like 60 points in 40.
Maybe
games before
maybe
he
it's a
got
good
injured.
thing. Maybe you shouldn't get it.
Bedsy or what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe he shouldn't get it.
We'll actually move on to McDavid because
Actually, what is the stats on that? Like, how many Calder rookies actually go on to be great?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Let me pull up the. I'll put up the past Calder winners and we'll.
Well, Panarin got it in what?
Let's look.
Panarin got it in the
let's
McDavid
look at the
year.
past Calder winners and you tell me. So last year, Matty Beniers.
He's been shit this year.
Well,
it's 5
too early
games.
to
It's
tell.
too early to tell, yes.
It's too early to
Do
tell.
it. Do it like 2020 and back.
Okay, so 2020 Kale McCarr.
Okay. So yeah.
See, 2021 was Krill. Krill Kaprizov.
Okay,
won it,
those
so-
are both warranted.
So Kale, and then 2019 was Pedersen.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't been a
He's like
superstar. He's been
elite.
okay.
He's not like a
I'd
superstar.
say he's elite though for sure.
Yeah,
but he's not a superstar.
No.
Barzal,
Not a superstar.
Nah, that's like elite too.
Matthews,
Okay,
Yeah.
superstar.
Panarin.
Superstar.
I'd say elite. Maybe.
Vlad's been elite.
Okay. McKinnon,
Superstar.
Huberdeau,
Nah.
He was a superstar.
He's like elite. He's been elite his whole career.
I guess, yeah.
Landeskog.
He's been
Elite.
elite.
Yeah, Skinner,
Meh.
Shit.
Just average.
Myers.
Okay.
Okay,
So we
yeah.
go on a bad run here. Jeff Skinner, Tyler Myers, Steve Mason.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But then we
yeah.
hit-
Steve Mason was pretty gross.
But then we hit like Patrick Kane, Evgeny Malkin, Ovechkin. So you'd say like majority of the Calder
Are
winners.
elite. They're not superstars.
Okay. Well,
so
they're
one in
like.
3 Calder winners are what superstars
Yeah.
you'd say. So we were
Yeah.
due for one. I mean, well, who knows?
Well,
about
who were the
Beniers,
last
but
couple? Matty Beniers.
Beniers.
Well, Makar was
Kaprizov,
your
and-
last superstar. So.
Yeah. So that's it's been 3 years.
Well, we'll move on to McDavid's team now, the Edmonton Oilers. Not off to a good start
No.
at all. 1-3-1. Not what we expected. Of course, way too early to tell. But should there be a little bit of panic setting in? If
Oh,
you're,
there's a
Pull
big
up the
panic.
team.
if
Pull
you're
up
an
the team.
Oilers. If you're an Oilers.
Pull up the Evander Kane interview.
Yeah, that we also need to touch on that too. But let's.
What happened in Mannequin?
Well, he was mad about his.
No,
ice
no.
time.
Let him just play the video.
Okay, we'll
just
play,
play the
we'll-
video.
We'll play the quote. Okay, I'll go back.
It's the funniest thing in the world.
I'll go back
What's
on
it?
.com, which still feels weird to type into my browser. Evander Kane inter.
It'll probably be like.
Actually, I'll just put Evander Kane and see.
Yeah,
what
you probably
You
just
see that
type in
Harry
Kane.
Maguire won the
Yeah, check
player
it.
of the game?
Don't care about Aaron McGuire. Okay, listen to this interview here from Evander.
Yeah, I didn't play much in the first period, so I thought might as well get into a fight and take 7 or 8 minutes in the box.
So that's basically what he said. So
He's not getting that time, so might as well just sit on the box for fighting.
So like this guy says, this clip is from the first intermission, who played 14 minutes and 4 seconds Saturday, his lowest since joining the Oilers, and he didn't appear to be a fan of it. So
Yeah,
you already see
that's-
turmoil within the team.
Well, he should be second line minutes, which is like usually 17, 18 minutes
Yeah.
a game, which is what he should get. He shouldn't be playing third line minutes. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they suck. So it's like.
But if they played him that amount of time, he might pick up.
But
his
what?
game.
But like obviously he hasn't done anything this year. So if you're not doing well, you deserve
the
to
whole
get
team
demoted.
Pull up the
is-
team.
The whole team hasn't done anything. It's just like the
This
same.
team should be good. Like
Well-
they have Hyman, Warren Fogle, Adam Ern.
Well, they have what?
They're-
Yeah,
400
Mark.
point scorers last year. Draisaitl, McDavid,
Hopkins.
Nugent Hopkins, and Zach Hyman all at 100 points.
Yeah.
Or like
is that
Hyman
Connor
had like
Richard?
It was
around
like
90.
97 maybe.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You have those 4 players that are dropping.
And then you
almost
add
400 points.
Connor Brown this year. Evander Kane, like we mentioned, like
This team should be gross.
and
Their
then you-
defense, though, that's where it
well,
becomes an issue.
Bouchard, CC, Ekholm, and
They have-
Darnell Nurse isn't that bad.
They
of
have
a top
CC though.
four.
CC's there. CC's shit.
Yeah, CC is dog shit.
CC is shit.
CC is dog shit. And then goalie, that's where the
And
issue
it's,
lies.
like their goalie is an issue. But
Well,
like,
it's also like their young players struggled to develop.
like,
Well,
they have their young
I can't
players
even
on offense,
remember
so, like, they're-
like you
Like
know since
Holloway.
McDavid, like who has come up from them? Like Pulio Harvey was a bust. Yamamoto
Nugent
moved
Hopkins.
on. Well, yeah, but Nuge was before.
Like Holloway
McDavid.
and
Everly was okay for a bit.
who's their D that was just on there?
Bouchard.
Bouchard,
No.
Yeah, I guess
Bouchard-
he's
No.
fair enough.
Yeah,
He was good
Bouchard.
though.
He the other one, Broberg. Like those two guys are like.
Yeah, but Broberg hasn't done much yet. He's only played a couple years.
Well, that's what I mean. Like they
Well, yeah,
were
but
expected
you're
to
gonna
come
want
in.
them
Like
to
that
take a next
defense,
step.
like that defense should also be doing better than like their top 4 is okay. Like Ekholm, decent second. CC
Yeah.
shouldn't be a third. Nurse is an okay first. Bedard's a good first.
I think Nurse would be a better second line, even though you pay him
Yeah.
$9 million. He like probably one of the worst, two of the worst contracts in the league. You'd say on this team,
100% Nurse.
right?
Yeah.
Nurse and Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Campbell's just because he went off with Toronto, so they thought they would pay him.
Yeah, it's wrong. Never.
Well,
been.
like,
Decision.
They clearly
bet.
didn't see how
Honestly,
stacked
like-
Toronto's D was. Dude.
Like all the trends
Yeah.
that are happening lately, anytime you pay a goalie, they seem to do worse.
Facts. Well,
Like, as soon
except-
as you pay them,
yeah.
they're like, I'll fuck the dog the rest of my life.
So
and just take the money.
they're fifth in the Pacific right now, and like I said early, but you do believe it's time to panic there? Like, do we
I don't
start
think it's time
to
to
look-
panic.
You
yet.
know what they remind me of?
I think after 25 games, you start panicking.
Oh,
After
Jesus.
shit.
They
25
were
games.
they remind me of the old Buffalo Sabres. Like they're good,
Yeah.
but they're terrible.
Their next three games, they have Minnesota, New York, and Calgary.
They can
Okay.
win 2 of the 3.
If you lose to New York and Calgary, I think shit hits the fan.
Why?
Because
that's not a shitter team though.
no, but
They got like those are good teams. Like
okay, but
Calgary's
listen,
okay.
you lose 8-1 first game of the season.
yes. that's a rough
Then
one.
you lose again to the same team 4-3. Then you win 6-1. Then you lose to the Flyers. Then you
Yeah,
lose
their
in
issue
overtime.
Is their issue is scoring right now?
But
they need to
we
score.
just read
No.
out their. we
How's
just
their
read out
issue
top six.
scoring if they've been blown up every
That's what I
game?
mean. Well, but that's what I'm saying.
8-1.
So I'm saying if you start the season with like where are they right now?
I say if they're
If you
below.
start the season 2-5-1 as the Edmonton Oilers,
Okay, but look at
you're
look at the
worried.
St. Louis Blues who won the cup a few years ago.
Okay, yeah.
Until trade
well, that's a
deadline, they were last.
That's
place
like a
in the league.
miracle.
Yeah, but
Like
okay, what about Ottawa when Hamburg came up? They were shit too, and he came up and they ended up making the playoffs.
Fair
They
enough,
won
I mean,
around.
but
yeah, sure.
I
You
would
can't
say
judge somebody off the first
yeah, but
half
they
of the
didn't
season.
have but the Blues didn't have the expectations
of winning the
as,
cup.
as the Oilers did.
True, but they
Neither
were
did the-
they were
you know?
supposed to be a good team. And they
But yeah,
sucked ass
I
when they finally
yes,
showed up.
they were
So I'm saying,
literally.
you just gotta wait till they show up.
I say if they're below 500 going into December, you're
Yeah,
firing your head coach.
I think that's fair. December, give them till like the end of December, like start of January. If they're below 500, then start.
I would
panicking.
say before Christmas. If you're not above
Below
500,
Christmas, that's like what 15 games into the season.
that's prime time when you should be playing
yeah,
well.
that's when you should
Yeah.
be playing your best hockey.
So I would say you fire your coach because clearly
Who is their coach?
Jay Richcroft or whatever.
Raycroft or something.
Craycroft's not bad.
And then I would just
His face pisses me off.
He has
Well,
a punch.
I
he's
don't know
terrible.
what like
He has
what
a
it,
punchable face.
I don't know what it is with his face, but it
Oh,
pisses me
it's-
off.
yeah, he's just terrible.
Well, we'll move on to the next team, which is it's more of a question here. Okay, I don't think many of us expected the Detroit Red Wings to start off this hot, let alone Alex DeBrincat.
I expected him.
They had
I don't know why, but like the last couple years, or like I don't know what it is. I've been paying attention to them, and they just been like growing on me every year.
it was the Yzer plan, isn't it?
I don't know what it is.
Managers in the league.
Yeah.
100%.
They're a young, fast team, and they're fun to watch.
Well, they had a quite fiery game against Ottawa. If you saw,
Yeah,
like, did you see that penalty on Greg? Was it right, Ridley Gregg or whatever?
Yeah,
I didn't watch
It was just it was so stupid.
yeah. That was a soft call.
He
but-
just absolutely runs through DeBrincat, and they give him what
Yeah.
it was a roughing
It was-
penalty. It was
yeah, because his arms came up or something, so they just called it roughing.
it was so stupid. But DeBrincat
Like
is
there
on,
shouldn't have been a penalty.
no,
No,
shouldn't
it
have
was a
been.
clean hit. Like
Oh.
he was just curling around, and they just
Oh, it
planted
was a
him.
suicide hit.
No, it was just a regular hit.
No,
It
like
was, it was
like
baloney.
the corner's right here.
Mm-hmm.
The Brincat was like walking up here, and he just
But he had the puck though.
yeah,
Oh, and he just hit him.
he just
Oh.
wrecked him.
Well,
For
fuck.
fuck's sake, Scriv. God damn it. But anyways,
that has to be one of them.
so Larkin 9 points in 5 games. DeBrincat 8 points in 5 games. Are the Red Wings a wagon? Do we hop on?
No.
Do you hop
No.
on the wagon or
Who's
do you
their
see this-
what's their goalie situation?
Well, James Reimer.
That's
and
why. Yeah,
Who's
I wouldn't hop on it. James Ryder's their fucking
I'll see the
starter.
so.
other. No, I don't think he's the starter. I just
Still.
know
No,
he's
it's
on their team.
Huso or whatever his name
Yeah,
is
Billy
from,
Huso?
from the
Huso.
Blues.
So both backup goalies for other teams.
Well-
Nah, I wouldn't take it.
I don't know.
Having a good goalie.
Huso, Alex Lyon was it? Who
That's
played for you
Florida's
guys?
guy who
And then
brought to the
James
playoffs.
Reimer. So I don't even know if Reimer played this year.
Yeah,
yet.
he played a game. I think he played last game.
Against Ottawa?
I think so.
No, Huso
Or
played.
maybe he's playing today. I don't know.
Huso played
I
yesterday.
think he played a game. Could be
Okay,
wrong.
well, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
No, that goalie
But-
situation is not looking good.
Yeah, they
They have
still
no
got
pure starter.
they got holes to fill still, but I wouldn't be surprised if they jumped up into the standings
I don't think they'll
compared
make
to last year.
playoffs, but they'll compete.
Husso has a 901 in 4 games played,
It's not terrible.
and then I'll see if I can pull up Leon's stats if he's played this year so far.
Leon's decent. I feel like he's a one-hit wonder like
no,
Hamburglar.
I don't think he's played this year yet.
I think he's a one-hit wonder like Hamburglar.
Well,
No.
he was not nowhere near the heights. Yeah, Reimer has 1 win, 1 shutout so far this season for the Red Wings. But yeah, so you think that this is all
The
early
goal is
season
yeah.
hype because of what
I feel like it's just like any team that has young players, they show up for the first like quarter
mm-hmm.
because they want to like show their proof, and then it's the teams that have the veteran presence that just they're like 15 games don't matter.
Mhm.
Next 70 games is what matters.
Well, I guess we'll talk about a young player now. Then that's tearing it up.
God. Who?
Jack Hughes, 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
10 points.
He's a wagon.
I hate him with a passion
Why?
because
He's
he
a
kicked
wagon.
my ass in freaking fantasy
10
hockey.
points in 4 games. The Devils are 6 in the Metro, but he is looking unstoppable right now.
This is the Jack Hughes.
Well,
we
he
all
was shit against
expected.
Florida. Florida stopped him.
Oh, okay, Florida stopped him, but against every other team in
Yes.
the league, he's looked absolutely
Yes.
unstoppable. Ceiling for Jack Hughes this year.
I think he reaches 100.
Yeah,
I think barely. I think barely reaches 100.
I was go over 100.
Yeah, he's gonna reach like over
He's gonna
100.
be like
but it's not gonna be
100
like a 120. It's gonna be like
I'll
a
say
105.
I was gonna say 105.
I was
Okay,
thinking
I'm gonna
105,
say-
103.
I'm gonna say 108.
Well, I think 40 goals.
108.
I think 40 goals, 60
Yeah,
something assists.
45 goals or something like that from Hughes. He's just looking crazy.
But it also depends though. Can they get Timo Meyer and all them going?
And
'Cause if they can't, then Jack Hughes can't do everything by himself. He's gonna wear it down. Over
well, he's only
time.
got 4 goals so far, but I think why Meyer
That's
and,
still a
and
goal a
Brad
game
and
almost.
Brad aren't chipping in is why they're 6th in the
Mhm.
division because
Yeah, if he if he gets 3 goals a game with the
Yeah.
team that's 4 or 5 in, like
Yeah.
he can't do anything else. He's
Yeah.
putting up his.
Timo
Work.
Meyer's been looking. Ugh.
It seems like
Well, yeah.
everybody who got paid this year is just not doing it this year.
He already
Every
got.
sport.
He
Like
already got
Myers,
benched.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Myers sucking ass.
Yeah.
He's already got benched
Myers-
last game.
he was benched.
Yeah, he got benched in the third
But like,
period.
who else got paid like that?
Joe
sucking
Burrow.
ass? Joe Burrow. Yeah, he's
Yeah, the
sucking
different
ass.
sport
Yeah.
of Joe Burrow. But like, who else got paid that?
Except for Bills are sucking ass.
Yeah,
and they have
well,
nobody
yeah,
who got
that-
paid either. That's the worst part.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Right. But Jack Hughes career season loading, you'd say.
Yeah.
Where do you think he finishes in points overall this year?
10.
Top 10.
I'm gonna go.
Because realistically, if you look like last year, like Kachuk had 116 points and was like 4th or 5th.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was
Matthew
nuts
Kachuk
last
had like
year.
116 points and he
And
was
he
like 5th in the league.
It was nuts
Because
last
I
year.
think
I
Kucherov
feel
had
like-
more. I think
yeah.
Draisaitl, McDavid, and there's somebody else who was ahead of him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, McDavid 153 points is just like looking
I
back.
thought it was
on
43.
That, no, so it was 53.
He reached 150.
53 points.
That's
looking
like
back on that, that
crazy.
is nuts.
That's
We
like
just
almost
basically
that
Or
is
2 points per
we
game.
ba-
He's just under 2 points
Yeah.
per game.
we basically watched a guy play in the 80s again.
like that was like just.
Well, you see the
thinking about
stupid
that
spinorama
was
thing that he got?
crazy.
Like, nobody can do what he does. Like, he's.
Yeah, I don't.
Sometimes
He,
you
I
just-
think he's better than Gretzky if Gretzky played in our time.
Sometimes
yeah,
you just
he's
like,
100% better than Gretz.
sometimes you
no
look at
offense
the
to
goals
GOAT,
he
but
scores and stuff, and you're like, "What the hell is the other team doing?" Like you could
Yeah.
just hit him, but like
You can't.
real
can't.
time, you're
You
like,
can't.
"Wow!"
Well, yeah, in slow mo, you're like, okay, you can take him, but like, no, he's
You can't.
not.
Like
too
that
good.
Nashville goal, like
Yeah.
people are like, "What was the D doing? He could have just played the puck." Like, no, it was
Yeah.
just he's just too fast.
Moving up, I mentioned him in the last when we were talking about McDavid, Gretzky. Okay, Ovi, is he no
Oh my
longer a
God.
lock to pass Gretzky's goal record?
I said it last year.
Because
He's
the
not gonna do
Caps
it.
are looking.
I'm gonna say it's
horrible.
like a lot of people have been telling me that he's gonna pass him, and I
We all, because we all want him.
I
to.
don't want him to.
You-
I don't want him to. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing to beat his record.
Really?
Great.
You don't
I
want to
don't
want
witness
anybody
that?
beat nothing.
No.
I don't want anybody to beat any record. I think it's terrible for the sport.
If people set new records,
I think so.
wow.
You don't want to
Like,
witness that.
it depends on the sport. Like if it's like a team winning the most games in the league and stuff, sure. But like If anybody breaks
I feel like that's
Gretzky's
worse for the
points
sports.
or breaks Gretzky's assist or breaks Gretzky's goals,
Well, you already have
think-
one guy
So
that's
if the
gonna.
Florida Panthers won 25 Stanley Cups, you think that that'd be bad because they broke
okay, well, no,
Montreal's record?
that stuff's okay. It's
So it's the individual stuff.
individual stuff. I think is bad for the
Well,
sport.
I hate to
if
break it
Aaron
to you.
Ekblad won more Norris trophies than Bobby Orr, you'd be upset.
Yes. He won't ever do
no,
it.
I'm
Nobody
calling
will ever
BS
do it.
on that.
No
you
way.
would be
Well,
fired
you'd be
up.
gassed.
No,
You'd be
because-
gassed. Yes, you would. Look at you.
Okay, like, no, I don't
Okay.
want anyone breaking
Is it
Gretzky's
just
records.
because he's not Canadian?
It's just no, it's just because it's Gretzky. I don't think anybody should be.
You didn't even watch Gretzky
yeah,
play.
Bro, like, why do
I
you
know.
care so much?
Because I don't know. I don't like that shit. Like
You
I
don't
just
like people.
breaking records
Hot
that
take.
should never be
What
broken.
kind of-
No.
I don't know if anyone's gonna agree with you on this.
That's fine. Nobody has to agree
I
with
would
me on it.
love to see him break it.
I would
Just
never-
because then I witnessed
Yeah,
it.
exactly. You witnessed something.
But like, do I
That is
think it's gonna
grandkids.
happen? No.
No.
yeah,
He might reach 2,000.
he needs what 73 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Some more to.
He needs like when I looked at last, he needed 4 40-goal seasons.
Yeah.
And I think he needs
Let me
like,
check.
Okay, so maybe it was.
I think
more
he
like
has
200
800
something.
goals. I think he has like 803, and Gretzky has like 873 or something.
Okay, well
like
then he definitely doesn't need 73 goals.
that.
to
No,
be-
not what he needs like I think 70 goals in the next couple years. But he's 38 years old.
He needs.
38.
He needs. This was on. He hasn't scored yet.
Yeah,
this
he
year,
hasn't
No,
scored
right?
this
nothing.
year.
He needs 72.
Okay, so he does need 72
To beat
goals.
it.
Yeah.
So that's
No, matching. So he needs
So that
73.
means-
Okay, so he
so that
does need
means
73.
He needs basically 2 40-goal seasons at 38 years old to beat it because he's not.
And you
playing-
know he's just waiting
he
for that
can't-
until he
he
retires.
can't play till he's 43. He can't. He's not
He-
Jaromir Jagr.
But knowing him, he's just gonna crush down his cokes in between. Okay, that sounded bad. His sodas in between
Yeah,
periods, and he's
if
just
I
gonna
w-
stay out there till he breaks it.
if I was him, I would play until I couldn't play, like physically could not move anymore.
If
to make
I-
sure
if
I
I
broke
was
that
him,
record.
I'm taking like a $6 million pay cut, going to Edmonton and sitting on that power play in the top of
Just
that circle.
have the David and
And then
Drysdale
just
feed
imagine
you over and over
just
again.
smack that.
That's one thing I
thing.
don't get though. Is
Fourth
how
9
have people
minutes.
not stopped Ovi from scoring? Like he
Yeah,
sits in
because he's the greatest goal
but he-
scorer of all time.
he sits in the same spot on
Yeah.
every power play with a stick.
Yeah,
and
up,
it always
and
goes in.
nobody could like just send one man on him
Yeah,
and
but
play
then you
4-on-3
No,
the
they-
whole time.
they do. They bring a guy to him.
And goalies like cheat it. If you see Ovi open, they're gonna feed him.
Yeah, but
cheat it.
if the goalie cheats,
They're
then
just
they're
gonna
just gonna
slide it
shoot
in.
it
Yeah,
in.
Yeah,
exactly.
but I don't think so. Not in
The-
power
You don't
it's-
think they're
they-
going to shoot it
power
out of
plays-
his net?
power
There's so
plays-
much film that's already happened
know.
about
Yeah,
that.
because you think if
I
it's
just-
that easy,
I-
you think if it's that easy.
I don't think
you
it's that easy, but I feel like
You
it could
also
be
have to think
easier.
about the passers on that team.
Yeah.
You got Backstrom,
Backstrom,
who can sauce it,
Carlson.
Yeah, but they're all getting old too now. That's what I'm saying.
but
I
it
don't
doesn't
think he can
matter
do
in the
it.
power
so.
play.
I don't think he can do it unless he goes to a better team.
And that's where I'm leaning with now, because the Caps look horrible.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't had a goal
Well, they
yet.
all like their core players are all getting old.
Yeah.
And they can't do much anymore. Like
He's
O'Shea,
38. He's got his
Kuznetsov,
cup.
Backless.
Honestly, though, but Ovi winning the cup was one of the best cup runs. Like, it was
Yeah,
good to see him win the
'cause-
cup.
Oh yeah,
Because
but
he's actually one Russian that actually cared about winning. Most Russians don't care about winning. They just want the
wow.
money.
Yeah.
They,
Wow.
don't.
Well,
They just want the money.
Look at Kuz.
yeah, true.
They don't care. They just want the money and then go back home. But Ovi
It's like that
actually
in
cared
every
about
sport.
winning.
Even
Kuz
in
just
like
wanted it.
UFC and stuff. you
Yeah,
see
it's
all
only
the
like the
time,
Americans and
yeah.
Canadians that actually care about
The
winning.
passion, you know?
Yeah.
The passion. Well, it will be really interesting to see if Ovi.
I don't
reach
think-
it, but I don't
don't think
know.
he's-
He's got to move. I think.
He has to reach at least 2 30-goal seasons to come close.
Yeah.
Which that's a lot for a 38-year-old on a shitty team.
Yeah.
And I don't think he will leave. That's my issues. I don't think he will leave.
No, yeah.
Watch him like be like 10 away.
But I could also see him being that guy playing till he's 45, scoring 5 goals a year. Just
Yes,
like-
I was
just to
gonna-
get
I was
it.
When
gonna
you
say-
know he wants it. You know
Of course he. Who wouldn't want to break a record that's
Exactly.
not supposed to be broken?
exactly.
At this
Well, you
point,
obviously.
I don't.
At this
I don't-
point-
I don't want him to.
If
but-
you're in Ovi's position, Jacob, you're not breaking it because you're like, oh, I don't want anyone to break it, or what? Like
well,
you're
if I'm
Ovi,
Ovi, obviously I would want to break it. As a
if-
fan,
no,
I don't want no one to break
If
it.
he gets like 30 goals that are empty nets, I don't care. Just go break it.
Okay, that might be a little.
Yeah,
that would piss
that's
me
not
off.
that's not deserving.
That yeah.
That'd ruin it. That would definitely ruin
Yeah,
it.
true.
If he
Well-
scored just like a bunch of like 30 empty net goals.
Okay, well if it was like half and
Yeah.
half,
the
then
thing
I
I'm worried
wouldn't
about though
care.
is I feel like people might like if Ovechkin gets close, I feel like teams would let him break it.
Yeah.
which that's what I'm worried
Probably
about.
put in their
No,
backup
that's
That's what-
goalie.
no, I don't even think they put him back. I just feel like they would cheat it to make sure that he has an open shot.
I
Like,
don't
they'd
know.
give
If,
him the
I don't
best
know. I don't know
chance.
if they'd let.
I think they
him
would
break
let
it.
them.
I think you'd go. They would go easier on him.
No,
Like,
they
would
would
still
let him.
try, but I feel like they would go easier.
They would let him if they were winning and it was late in the game.
Oh, 100%.
But-
Like if let's say you need 3 goals and you had 2 that game and you need 1 more, it's the last game of the season. He's retiring at the end of the year.
But
Yeah.
then you also know.
Guaranteed they'll.
But then you also know there's goalies out there that are like, I'm not gonna be the one that gets the record broken on.
That's true. I could see that too, actually. Yeah.
It's like I'm not letting this be
Well,
in the newspaper.
Maybe if you're like some no-name backup, you want the record to be broken.
Or, like,
on
make-
you, because
make
then
it like a-
your name is like in the history
Well,
books. You know?
Just
your
make
name
it
is
like
not
a-
in history.
Yeah.
Your name is in history books for letting a guy score that 873rd goal in the league, like
Fair enough.
to beat
Fair enough.
Gretzky's record. I feel like Gretzky wouldn't mind seeing it broken.
No, I think he wants.
Gretzky would be fired up.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what I
he
mean.
wants this. I think Gretz wants. You don't want it to, but I think Gretz does.
I think nobody's beating his points or his assists.
No way.
Guaranteed.
No way. No way.
McDavid will come close. He'll probably reach 2,000 points. I think.
You think McDavid 2,000 points?
I think 2,000.
Well, I mean, he put up a $153 last year.
Well, I'm saying
so-
I think he's close to 1,000
What's he at
points
this
already.
year already?
I think he has like 800 points already. And he's been in the league for what 6
Yeah, I
years?
know.
He's like
he has
26.
like 853 or something.
So I'm saying like he will reach 2,000 guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Because let's say he plays till 38, right? How old is he now?
27, 26, 26.
Yeah,
26.
Yeah.
So
He-
that means he has 12 more years. Let's say he gets 100 points a year for the next 12 years. That's 2,000 points right there. And that's only if he gets 100 points exactly.
I mean, he already has 8 and 5, so.
Yeah.
And he's got
8 and 5.
858 in his career.
So I mean 858.
850.
That's what I'm saying. So if he plays 12 more years at 100 points a year for 12 years,
Does he keep the legs? Does he keep the legs?
but he's not gonna just put 100 passes.
already
He's
played
gonna put 150
9
passes
years.
until he's 33 probably,
Wait, he's already
and then he's
played-
gonna slow down and
Yeah.
probably put just 100 back.
Yeah.
What the? He's already played 9 years.
Yes, he's been in the league since he was 17, I think.
Well, 18.
No, I think he was
No, that
17
just
when he was
doesn't.
playing.
That just doesn't feel right.
9 years for McJesus.
Yeah, no, he would. That would be 9
Oh,
years.
and take in.
that would be 17 when he started.
Take in. Well, you get drafted into the show when you're 18.
Well, depends on your birth.
Take in
year.
though, we missed a year of him. We missed
Mhm.
a year of McDavid.
Well, half a year. He was injured
Well, half a year of McDavid, which is nuts.
And imagine if he had that half year. Fuck.
Well,
And his injured season.
that's what,
we're
we're
talking about.
like the
Well,
first
and
one.
the
He only
COVID
had
year.
He only had
Oh,
one
and the
year.
COVID year, eh? Wasn't he?
And the COVID
Oh,
year.
yeah, but that
Yeah.
you would play half a season that year.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on to another team that's. I think we all overreacted a bit in the
Or-
preseason. The Boston Bruins.
Oh, the shit.
They're 4-0.
But who have they played?
They're
Who have
4-0.
they
But
played?
we all before this we were all like, oh, they're gonna be so done. No Bergeron, no Krejci. They're not. I mean, I said they're not. I don't think I said they're making the playoffs. And now they're 4-0. So it turns out the Bruins might be okay. I'll pull up who they played here in a second, but I don't think that matters. You're 4-0.
Does matter. It matters big
hey.
time who they play.
That centerman that you got,
Frederick.
Trev Frederick.
Frederick's that his name?
They have no
the
center.
guy,
depth
the
at
guy
all.
that popped off in preseason. Yeah,
Frederick.
he's
Ah.
gross.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
who popped off. I thought you were talking about the guy who popped the guy's head off yesterday.
No, not Trent Frederick. No,
No.
the guy that.
Oh, the young lad. The
Yeah,
young lad
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Who?
I know, I
He-
know. I forget
Ruzicka?
his name. I forget his name.
Ruzicka?
No, it's
Ru-
Here, let me pull him up.
Yeah, I can't.
He's like I think he's playing like on their third line center right now.
So who have they played?
So they played New York Rangers.
Okay.
Dub.
They're shit right now.
Or no, they started with the Hawks. Sorry, that
Okay.
was preseason. So they started with the Hawks, 3-1 win.
Okay. Makes sense.
Nashville Predators,
Shit.
3-2 win. 3-1 win over the Sharks.
Uh-huh. and-
But 4-2 win over the Kings.
Okay, so 1 out of those 3 wins are actually a good team.
And then they have Anaheim, Chicago, Anaheim next.
And
as the
Detroit.
next three, and Detroit.
So they
And
have
then Florida.
Yeah, so like they should go almost 8-0.
But
This guy's their next Patrice Bergeron. I'm
Matthew-
calling it.
Oh, Poitras.
Poitras or whatever.
Poitras.
Next Patrice Bergeron.
But before the season, we all said, well, I thought they'd be dog shit. But
I didn't think they were gonna be dog shit. I just didn't think they'd be 4-0 right now. But I feel like yet again, this season is a crazy season. Like teams that are supposed to be doing good are doing shit. Teams that are supposed to be
Well, it's
doing
also
bad are
5
doing
games.
good.
But yeah, like
That's
we're
what I
also-
mean. So like wait till I'm saying give each team 15 games and then that's when the real teams will come out. 15 games. End of December.
I still
Start of
see
January,
Boston.
that's when you'll see the real teams come up.
So it's all just overreactions right now. you
Right now. If they're like, 10 and 5 going into January, then like, you know what? Then you can start then you can start like agreeing with
It's
them
the
being good.
too early predictions, but never too early predictions. You know.
I think it's always too early for predictions.
Or just like reactions. I think
Yeah,
I think
like-
as sports fans we just overreact. Like
Especially if you're a fan of them, you're like, oh, we're the best team in the league. Let's
Yeah.
go. And it's like,
yeah.
fuck, we're shit.
But would it be an overreaction to say that Colorado look amazing?
No, they're gross.
Like
They've been gross.
I think the top
they look overpowered. McKinnon already looks like an issue.
they
And
ball
he's
they
a huge.
it literally
issue.
looks like an NBA super team out there.
they
yeah.
are. Cause
And they don't even have Landeskog.
Exactly.
You know.
Like it's like
and that's like what $7 million off their cap. 'cause
they're
LTIR.
so good they can
that's
afford to
that's
sit
what the
them.
NHL needs to fix, though, is the whole LTIR rule.
Yeah, but it's good when it works for you.
It's good when you win the cup.
You wouldn't
'cause
be
look at-
complaining right now if you had that in your
Wow.
favor.
Well, like last year, you know what I mean? Like if you had Bob off, well, let's say Bob was off for the whole season, and you had $10 million cap to play with, and then he came back and played like that in the playoffs, you wouldn't be complaining.
You'd be hosting that
You would probably be
I wouldn't
hoisting-
be as a fan, but like realistically, they need to fix it. I don't think people should be allowed to come back in playoffs. If they are injured until the last game of the season, they should not be allowed in playoffs.
Well,
'Cause I
that's
think-
kind of stupid.
I think it's cheating. It's cheating. If you look at the last, I think 6 Stanley Cup winners, they all have had.
You know what I think they should do?
They've all won because of this.
Tell me.
If a player is injured and the doctor said you can play, you should be off the LTIR no
100%.
matter what your injury is.
100%.
Play.
That's what they do.
Okay, they just stay
Wait,
on there because they need to
No,
recover.
but they sit on there
Exactly.
because they obviously are using it in their favor. But if the doctor says you can play, you're officially off.
But then the player could be like, "Oh, I'm still injured. I don't want to injure myself more."
Well,
You
then
know?
put him on IR, not LTIR.
Well, IR and LTIR is the same thing.
No, IR would be like a week. LTIR is like for a majority of the.
I don't think they have IR in NHL for that, do they?
Well, then they should scratch him.
I'm pretty sure it's just.
Scratch
it's
'em.
just like day-to-day thing, like
Scratch him then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. They cheat to do that. Like if they're scheduled to come back like right before the season ends, if they come back before that season ends and they have to get rid of players because it's salary.
I
cap,
don't
right?
care if it's a game before the playoffs. You're still gonna put him scratched.
That's what I'm saying.
Like-
So I'm saying that's why
Yeah.
they're cheating in the NHL. The last 6 winners, I'm pretty sure I read, they have all used that salary cap.
Yeah,
to
100%.
But
win.
the thing is,
Like,
though.
well,
No
every-
team has
every-
won in a long time.
Every
because-
Lightning Cup run, they did it.
but like the
Exactly.
thing is, though,
'Cause
like
Cooch
Yeah,
or
Stammer.
Stamkos
Yeah.
would be injured,
Yeah.
which is like $8 million.
Yeah.
They would get 3 guys for like $3
the thing
million
is,
each,
though, like
and then they come back for playoffs. So now they have one full line of $3 million players, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you have your your top 2 lines that you always have, and
Yeah.
then Vasi and, a great D. Exactly.
But Vasi not there yet. But when he gets
Yeah.
back, yeah.
I'm saying, like, what they could do with Vasi right now, though, is if they're making the playoffs without Vasi there, they could keep his $10 million off the books, bring, whatever they need. Let's say it's defense, bring 2 $5 million defense in,
the other stupid
bring him
reason
back for
is
playoffs, and now they have the best team in the league again,
the also
it's
stupid
cheating.
reason is though people are just getting paid like way too much.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so like Darlene?
But not Darlene.
Like Darlene too much?
Okay, well no, because I'm saying like the value, like the highest contract shouldn't be like 15 million.
Well,
Like-
if you look
like,
at other
they-
sports though, like
Yeah, but
15
we-
million
but
I
we
know
don't
that
have
that's
a
what I'm
hard
saying
cap.
though.
We
It
don't have
goes
a hard-
across every
yeah,
sport.
every sport is
Like,
getting paid too much money right now.
It's
Yes.
way too much. Like hockey,
It's
like,
hard to have a team that's good enough unless people take pay cuts.
Like the Golden Knights.
Like the Golden Knights who have pay cuts.
Yeah.
People
Like-
take pay cuts to go play. Because Vegas would be a sick place to play.
Well, that'd be dope.
That's what I'm saying.
like
People will take pay
sick
cuts to go play there
barn.
just because it's sick.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we can win too. So
That's
why
why
not?
That's why we never see a good Canadian team. No one wants to come here.
No,
well, you
because-
also got taxes here.
Yeah. No one wants to play in Winnipeg. Like.
No one wants to play in Calgary. Like,
Yeah. Especially now.
Edmonton, Toronto are the only places people actually want to play in Canada.
I'd play in Ottawa.
Montreal a little bit.
Well,
I
yeah,
play in
Montreal
Ottawa
a
and
little bit.
Montreal.
Montreal's all it's all Canadian guys that want to go to Montreal.
Yeah.
No Americans want to go to Montreal. Americans want to go to Toronto.
I just read today that Montreal has 18 Canadian players on their roster.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotta love it.
Well,
No, I love
they're called
it.
the Canadians for a reason, eh?
I'm just saying, like, Americans, if Canadians really want to win again, they either need to lower the tax just for NHL players.
Yeah, just speak to Justin right now. Look in that camera and say Trudeau.
Fuck,
Listen.
Justin, fuck you. I hope you die in hell. I want to assassinate you myself.
Okay, well, I'm
Damn.
gonna have to bleep that because
Go
That
for it.
was a little
I
harsh.
hate Trudeau.
someone just
Trudeau's
got
a
arrested.
useless
You already
tit.
know there's someone supporting him.
Yeah,
that's
and whoever
yelling
supports
at
him
you.
should go fucking rot in hell with him too. Yeah, here, just take $200.
But lower.
Let's just give you
lower
back $200 a year.
Lower taxes for NHL players, please, so we can win a cup.
Okay, well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Well, no, I'm saying.
I mean, I
I'm saying
wouldn't, I
Canada
wouldn't
should
mind
lower
it.
It's lower
tax-
for everyone, but like.
Yeah.
Yes, lower
Well,
taxes for everyone. People will come
Especially
to
NHL
Canada.
players, so we can.
But it's
finally
only
end
Canadians
it.
that want to play in Canada. That's
And
why
the-
it's
and
an
the-
issue.
Well, I have pulled up here a article from Sportsnet. They made one bold prediction for every NHL team heading into this season. We're 5 games in. I'm going to read you some of them, and I want to know if you think it could happen or if you think they have lost their minds. Okay, first one. The Ducks take a notable step up in the Western Conference.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah? You
Wait,
think so?
who's in the Western Conference?
Well, in the entire West, you have Colorado, Dallas,
Okay,
Arizona.
no, in their division.
Oh, in their division, the Knights, the Canucks, the Kings, the Flames, the Oilers, the Kraken,
yeah,
them,
no,
and the Sharks.
no.
It won't be a
Shane?
big one, but it'll be a
No.
little one.
Yeah, like, they might step up a bit. They might not finish dead last this year, but they're not finishing top 5.
Okay. Are you ready for this one?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Jonathan Huberdeau scores 100 points again.
No. No.
Shane?
He's done. He doesn't have players around him to feed him.
Yeah, he should have stayed in Florida.
Oh.
It wasn't his choice.
Well,
It wasn't his choice.
Should have.
No.
Florida
I'm
Flames
happy.
did a good that 'cause he got
I'm so happy we
Kachuk.
got Kachuk.
yeah.
It sucked losing Uyghur.
Yeah.
Uyghur hurt. I will admit that.
He's so bad now, though.
Well,
Uyghur-
just because Calgary's bad.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Uyghur hurt because that's like if we had Uyghur right now with our defense core, we'd be pretty grossed out back there.
Jonathan Drouin sets a career high in goals and assists. Now
Okay.
on the Avalanche.
No.
They had. I mean, they had a lot. He had a lot of hype when he came into the league. I remember he was gross.
Yeah, and then Montreal traded.
Well,
Who was against Sergachev for Drouin? Great
yeah.
trade.
Yeah, and
Like
One
who
for
won
one.
that trade?
Fellas, what do you think? I mean,
No.
career high for him isn't
What
that
was career?
hard.
Yeah, what is career
I'll
high for
pull
him?
it up right
it's like
now.
40 points.
Like, if it's 40 points, then sure. But if it's like 60 or 70 points, then
No.
fuck no.
There's
No, I don't even think he's reached 70.
I bet you. I bet you his career high.
I think it's
He
like
started- he
60
started off
something.
good. It was just
I
like
bet his career high is
Galchenyuk.
43 points.
Galchenyuk started off good too, and then
Okay, his career high in points is 50. No, it's 53.
no.
With
I don't
Montreal.
I don't
With
think he'll pass
Montreal,
it.
his career high in goals is 21. His career high assist is 35.
Okay, he might be able to beat the 21, but I don't think he'll beat 50. I think he'll go like 25.
He's
or
beating
25.
it. He's going to get 60.
You think? Isn't he like third line minutes with Colorado?
He's on the
right now?
first power play, too.
He's on first power.
That is wow.
Why do they put him on first
Sits
power play?
right in front of the net. Bumper.
What the fuck else do they have? They have so many players they
They
can
got-
put on.
It's
over
Rantanen, McKinnon, and he's in the
Makars,
Landeskog spot.
they're- Obviously, they're.
And the Makars
Are you
there.
ready for this
But
next
who's
one?
the other guy?
Drew
Drouin, then there should be one more.
Durant's in the bumper, and then who the fuck's on that?
Like
Who's
on the
on
power play?
D-line?
My God, I'm blanking. right
Taves,
now.
Byram.
I think it's I think it's no,
Doesn't matter.
Tushkin's on Dallas now.
No, is he? No, Nikushkin's
No, he's
came
on-
from Dallas to.
Yeah, he went. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's him then.
Yeah.
I think it's him.
Hold on. I'll pull it up right here. First power play unit. It's holy shit. He's not even on it. He's on second power play. First power
Oh,
play is
they-
Lehkonen, Ryan Johansson, Mikko Rantanen,
Oh,
Cale
yeah, they
Makar,
put
and Nathan.
They've been
Johansson.
changing it like every game
And
now.
then that was for last game. This is for last game.
I forgot they
okay,
picked
so-
up
And then
Johansson.
they had second line was Valerie Nichushkin, Ross Colton, Jonathan Drouin, Bowen Byron, and Thomas Tatar.
That's a brutal second power play.
That's
That's
a brutal
horrible.
power play.
Here's the
Oh,
next. Here's
wait,
the
hold
next
on.
hot take though. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Kirill Kaprizov wins the Rocket Richard Trophy.
No.
That's most goals, right?
No,
Kapil crap. No.
You don't think so?
no
Like
chance.
McDavid, he's dropping 150 points. He's putting at least 60 past the net.
Matthews is at least 50.
No.
I like Kirill. I think Kirill's really underrated.
No,
I think he's gonna
Kirill's
get-
gross, but he's not putting more goals in than Matthews.
He's gonna
and
get like
McDavid.
40,
and even
around 40.
Draisaitl. Like it's not happening.
He'll be like 40 to 45.
Well, here's the Here's the one for the New York Islanders. Matthew Barzal surpasses his rookie points total, which was 85.
It's not with New York this year.
Do you think Barzal gets more than 85 this year?
Well, that's
Shane?
his highest, is 85.
Yeah.
And he's how much is he getting paid?
Too much.
He's only had one season of over a point per game, and he's getting paid too much.
I don't even know what he's getting paid.
Wow.
I don't
See,
even
this is what I'm
remember.
Cap
talking
hit,
about.
9 mil.
He's not 9 mil cap hit for 85 points.
Well,
max?
once. Yeah.
Once in his rookie season.
Well, I'll tell
when
you.
did he get the contract? When did he get it?
I'm
telling you, if it's right after the first year, it's like I
No,
said.
it can't be after the
mistake.
first year.
I have no idea. Probably when his rookie contract ends.
Yeah.
So 2018,
It's
2019.
like a
some people
long
don't play
one.
the first couple years,
for
right?
for $9 million, you guys are getting
A 60-point player.
Yeah, so 85 points, 62 points, 60 points, 45 points, 59 points, and 51 points.
How many games does he play a season usually?
82 in the first two, 68, 55, 73, and then 58 last year.
And how many points did he put in? 51?
Last year,
Yeah.
he had 51 and 58.
And the 73 was
14
how many
goals.
points?
And the what?
73
73 one was 59 points.
Yeah, no. I don't think he'll break it.
Shane?
He's going to get injured
So you're
somehow.
telling me you're paying a guy $9 million to score under a point per game? Wow.
I mean, who else are we going to pay?
Ready for this
Wow,
one?
you could pay a bunch of random guys.
Sidney
coming.
Crosby gets 100 points this
Yep.
year.
I hope so. I have him in fantasy, but it's not
But the
looking-
team isn't
Pittsburgh is
making
not
me...
looking good right now at all.
Well,
I mean, it's
I still got
it
hope
is
in him.
Crosby, so he'll probably put up at least 90
Yeah.
at least.
Knowing him, he's going to have games where he gets 5 points. So,
Malkin though is off to a hot start,
I know, and
but it won't last.
I've been thinking
Guaranteed.
he's been washed, but he's been cooking so far.
Yeah,
But as we reiterate countless times,
but
it's a little too early.
way too early.
It's a little too early. Now, Jacob,
Mm.
I know we didn't want this time to come, but
We're top of Bills.
it's time to talk about the NFL.
I don't want to talk
Let's
about
talk
Bills.
about the Buffalo Bills. And the reason why this podcast has been, down in mood, it's because we lost to the
Patriots.
New England Patriots.
The 1-5
And
Patriots with Mac Jones as a starting QB.
They didn't even have. They don't even have Brady, and we're losing to these kids. No matter how good we get, we always find a way to lose to the Patriots.
We always no, we're not. We were 6-1 against them. All I'm saying is that Bills against weak teams suck ass.
Yeah.
Like we destroyed the Dolphins, right? Technically the best team in the league at the time.
Yeah.
And then we lose to Patriots. We almost lose to Giants. We lose to Jacksonville, and we lose to Jets.
I think the story of this year is that Josh Allen is only as good as the quarterback he's playing against. Would you say that holds true?
I think whatever quarterback he plays against, he lowers his skill for them. Yeah, which is
feels
sad.
too bad.
So what? So I'm gonna give you the floor here. What do you think our problem is? The
I think
Buffalo
Ken
Bills.
Dorsey 100% needs to
And go on your little rant here. Break it down. for
Okay,
us.
well, so we have two really good tight ends. We have Kincaid and we have Knox. We're not using them right. Kincaid should be in the slot. Look what we did today with him in the slot. He had 8 catches for like 80 yards or something like that. We also need to use our speed in like short checkdowns too. Like if you look at today, all our first downs were short checkdowns to our fast guys like Deontay Hardy. Did you see his nasty play today?
I did see that. Yes.
He caught it,
Mhm.
avoided the hit, and then juked the shit out of the guy.
Yep.
Instead, they're just sending. Well, I mean, Allen was off today. Like, him and Diggs could not connect for one. Like, Diggs was open like 3 times and he just missed through it.
Yep.
But like,
Yep.
it's just. Our defense was rough today too.
But here's
They
the thing.
couldn't make a stop.
Here's the thing that made me upset. Okay, Josh Allen before this week was came out publicly and defended Ken Dorsey, right? And said like we need to help him. The first play of the game, he throws a pick.
That was a nice defensive play though. If you saw,
Yeah, it was,
Like
but-
if you actually saw, like he was covering the guy that was down low there,
Mm-hmm.
and then he saw Allen was looking there and ran there right when Allen threw it, so he beat it out.
Yeah.
It was a nice play on defense. Like he outsmarted Allen. Allen should have obviously noticed that he was running
Yeah.
before he threw it.
Mm-hmm.
But we know getting Allen, he's gonna be a Jameis Winston. He's gonna throw 30.
Well, I hope not.
He's gonna throw 30 touchdowns. He's gonna throw 15 picks a year. Like that's how Josh Allen
But
will always be.
if we're saying he's one of the
But-
best quarterbacks in the league, that shouldn't be the case.
But that's how he plays. He's a gunner. He's a hot shot. But when he's missing the open shots, like
Yeah.
today,
Yep.
Diggs beat 2 guys. 2 guys open for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And they just He couldn't complete it.
And I find
Sure,
it
his shoulder.
I find it funny that like the week after we call out Mac Jones on this podcast, he decides to learn how to play football.
No, they had a good game plan. He had a good game plan. They picked our weaknesses apart and they just kept feeding it. They would do short check downs, get a couple blockers up there, and it was game over. Like even like
He had a 65 completion rate this week.
It wasn't good.
He has 72% completion rate.
It just said 65.
Oh, last game he was. Well, after this game, yeah, he was like 17 for like.
No,
40
like in
or
this
something
game, they said he had a 65%.
Well,
Which
he's
is
27
still
for
not
41.
terrible,
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like he played terrible.
No.
I don't.
But I didn't watch the game, so I can't say.
But I don't
He
know.
didn't play terrible.
But I
it's
don't
just-
like. Is there a defensive issue too? Is that just down to injuries?
All right. Well, yeah, but our defense kept him to field like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And the one was a lot. Our biggest issue is today is that we let a 40-yard run go in
Yeah.
the last 2 minutes. It was
Yeah.
a run.
And
it was
that- yeah.
basically a run. It was a little
No, it was.
screen pass, and they let that go. Like if they stopped that,
Yeah.
we would have won. Because there was 14 seconds.
Yeah,
left
and then they
scored
go
a
down,
touchdown.
and then they
And flags have been the
Yeah.
biggest issue this year.
yeah.
Flags have been killing us. We've had like last year we averaged like 3 a game.
Yeah.
We're averaging like 7 a game this year.
So you want Dorsey gone, but do you think it's too early in the season to make that play?
I don't know. Because if you look at us, we only had 1 good game of offense. 1.
I
And that
was against the Dolphins.
Which Dolphins defense is not very good, but they have
Well,
Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
I think they have a great defense.
Wow,
They-
when
they're
Jalen
pretty
Ramsey comes back
stacked.
and their whole team comes back,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's easy to pick those guys apart.
So what do you think the Bills need to change? Because we're way too
Who are our next
inconsistent.
games?
I'll pull it up. I just think we're way too inconsistent.
We are way too.
And
inconsistent.
like-
We've always been that way, though.
Wasn't that the story of the
always-
past?
We always beat the Chiefs. Like the last 3 seasons, we beat the Chiefs during the regular season.
But this is supposed to be like every year we say it's our year to make it,
This
and
year-
then
guys-
the
I
window
definitely
closes.
think this year without those injuries, I don't think the window will ever close with Allen there. It'll never close. Just look at the Chiefs.
You just call him
Have you
Jameis
look-
Winston.
Have you seen the Chiefs? I said he plays like Jameis Winston, and he's not Jameis Winston.
Well, I
He's
mean-
10 times better. I'm just
Boy.
saying. He's gonna be that gunslinger who chucks it down 90 yards, hopes that the receiver catches it,
Okay.
and if it goes the other way, that's fine. Like look today, he sucked ass the first 3 quarters. Last
We're
quarter,
starting
quarter we-
so slow.
yeah, our starts are shit. Our starts are horrendous,
Oh.
and that's what caused us. We would have won this game, and Tyler Bass has been off.
Yeah.
He's missed 4 field goals, I think, in the last 2 weeks. We would have beat the Jags if he would have scored.
Well, we got the Buccaneers next, then the Bengals, then the Broncos, then the Jets, and then we hit Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, which is a tough run.
Okay, so
I don't think
think
you're
So
making
we have to,
playoffs.
if we
will.
we have to turn it
If you look at
around.
the divisions right now, we will, because even at 4 and 3, we're like pretty high up. Still.
Yeah, it's true.
We're like 5th in the league in the
True.
division, so we will make it. Will we end up playing, Chiefs or Dolphins or some good team in the first round? Probably.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
This year has been
But
crazy.
How much do you want to bet we're gonna beat the Bengals? We're gonna barely beat Broncos, and we're probably gonna lose the Jets. I'm telling you.
What
that's
about the
gonna happen.
Bucks? You think we lose to the Bucks?
No, I think we'll beat the Bucks. I
Okay.
think we'll beat the Bengals, and then I think Broncos and Jets will.
If we lose to the Broncos,
That's what I'm saying. But I
killing
feel
myself.
like knowing us, we're gonna make it like it's gonna be a close game like today, and it's gonna come down to if our defense can hold on or not. I feel like that's how we play against weak teams. But okay, what's the rest of our schedule?
Chargers and then Patriots.
Oh, so we only have
So we don't have an easy run. We don't have an easy run.
Well, we do for the next 4 weeks. We have an easy run.
Well,
The
yeah.
Bengals is our
Well,
toughest team.
we
which
shouldn't
is-
say
they're okay.
we shouldn't say Jets easy run. We lost to them already.
Yeah,
We lost to Zach Wilson, but
yeah. I'm telling
okay.
you.
We just lost to Mac Jones. This is not an easy run anymore.
All I'm saying is that we will make playoffs. But I think we're gonna be like a 10-7 team. We're not gonna be a. I don't think we're gonna be a 12-5 team this year.
10-7.
Well,
Cringe.
let's go through it. Buccaneers, I think will win. Bengals, I think will win. So we'll go 6-3.
The most underachieving team.
Broncos, I think will win.
Jets, we lose.
Barely. Jets, I think will lose. Honestly.
Eagles,
Eagles, I think will lose. So that's
Chiefs, we win though.
so that's 7-6 or 7-5. Sorry, right there.
Chiefs, we win.
Chiefs,
though.
I think
We win.
we'll win because we always show up against them in the season.
Cowboys
Cowboys
we
lose, Chargers lose, Patriots win. Is what I think we'll do.
Dolphins.
At the start of the year, I would have pegged us for like
Or 13 and 3.
Yeah, 13 and 3 or 14 and 3. Yeah, 14 and 3.
I didn't think we were gonna reach 14. I thought maybe 12 and 5 or 13 and 4.
Anyway, it's safe to say
But last year we did go on a heater and won the last 8 games. So if we can do that this year,
but it's safe to say we've been disappointing.
oh, hell yeah.
Underachieving.
Disappointing.
We, as of right now, looking at what we've played, we should be 5 and 1 right now,
And then just to end this,
or 5 and 6 and 1, or whatever there would
just
be.
to end this quick NFL segment. Last week I called out the Detroit Lions for having an easy schedule. You fellas all told me I should hop on the bandwagon, and then this week they go in and lose 38-6 to the Baltimore Ravens.
But like everybody has bad games.
38
Everybody has
38
bad games.
Yeah, but that's not the game when
Like
you
even
win.
Allen,
38-6
when he's
against the
sucking
Baltimore
ass, he still
Ravens.
dropped
Ravens.
265 and 2 touchdowns.
They scored 6 points
Yes.
against the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
That's concerning.
Do you think maybe I was right, or
I don't think you're right.
okay? So I should hold off on my.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll move on.
Well,
to the
who's
quick-
their schedule? What's their schedule looking like? And I'll tell you if you're.
I mean, they're still gonna make playoffs, but
100%.
Oh, 100%. But I think they had an easy schedule to start the season, and they're
Well, who
maybe
they play to start the season?
maybe
Pull it up.
fraudulent. I'm
Pull
pulling
it
it up.
up.
I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it
Pull
up.
it
I'm
up.
pulling it up. Pulling it up. Have to turn back on. When was week 1? I just gotta make sure.
Week 1 was cheap.
Okay. So yeah, beat the Chiefs, big game.
Mhm.
Seahawks lost.
Mhm.
Then they beat the Falcons like they should. Beat the Packers like they should. Beat the Panthers like they should. Beat the Bucks like they should. Lost to the Ravens, 38-6.
Okay.
Schedule next: Raiders,
win.
Chargers.
Win.
Ooh.
Bears win.
Packers
Packers
win.
win.
Saints win.
If they, this is another pretty easy schedule. I'll be honest with you.
yeah. Okay.
If they lose to the Chargers, I think I'm right.
Fair.
But
I agree.
yeah, because look how they end
Holy
the
cow.
season.
Bears.
What? Look at how they end the
Packers,
season.
Raiders.
Raiders,
Wow.
Chargers, Bears, Packers, Saints,
Okay.
Bears.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy schedule.
That's like,
there.
what are we looking
Nah,
at here?
we're winning. We're winning that game.
I'm saying, if they lose to the Chargers, I think
Okay.
I'm right.
I'll give you that. If they lose by a blowout against Chargers, I think you're right. If it's a close game, I don't.
Yeah,
think you're
if it's like a touchdown, I don't think it would be like
right. a
that
touchdown
bad.
or a field goal, I think maybe like.
Okay.
They're obviously not the best team in the league, and I know that. I'm just saying.
They're just an exciting team.
Yeah, they are. Dan Campbell is great.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good coach. He gets me fired up. With
I want
his,
Dable back though. I think Dable should quit Giants and come back and be offensive coordinator.
Well, we can't get
If-
much worse.
If we do that, I think we'll win. The whole thing. If Dable comes back as offensive coordinator and leaves Giants, which obviously he's not going to do because he's a head coach there. Like, obviously, I know he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
But if we get Dable back, oh God, we'd be the best team in the league, guaranteed.
Yeah, but that's not happening.
Because right now it's our offense. It's our offense that's killing us. Diggs has been good.
Yeah.
Running game has been okay
Well,
some
then,
games, good
yeah.
some games.
Yeah.
Dave Davis hasn't done much. They haven't fed Kincaid and Knox like they should be.
Mhm.
Sure, today Knox had a pretty big drop on fourth
You need
down.
Cole Beasley back.
No, we have
Yeah.
clear securities in that position. But
Well-
we also have Kincaid just in that position.
Yeah, but he played
There's
well
nothing-
today. We finally saw him
Yeah.
show
What he did.
what he can do.
He didn't drop a pass. He made extra yards on every pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Is we should have Diggs, Davis, let's say Deontay Hardy, running the
Yep.
fucking deep routes, and then
Yeah.
having Kincaid and Knox, or Kincaid and James Cook running those short routes for those extra yards. Is what we should be doing, and that's not what we're doing. We're just basically setting Diggs up for success and everybody else up for failure. Which, yes, Diggs does deserve the ball more than everybody else. But, like today, it wasn't connecting. They kept going back to it. Finally, they learned that, if they focus on other people, then Diggs gets open more often, and then they feed him, and look at that, 25-yard touchdown today to make it a, one-score game.
Put this guy in the coaching staff, eh?
That's not what I'm saying.
Get you as OC, eh?
I'm just saying Dorsey needs to go, or he needs to pick up his shit.
Well, we'll move on to the quiz then, fellas.
Okay.
This is a 15-question NHL trivia quiz.
NHL trivia. What kind of trivia are we talking here?
Just random questions I curated this morning. Let me hear the buzzers. Okay. Are we ready, fellas?
Yeah, let's go.
Question number
I'm
1.
gonna lose.
Who became the youngest NHL captain at the age 19?
Quinn Hughes.
You have to hit your buzzer.
Oh, shit.
Quinn.
Wrong.
I knew
Oh.
it. I know who it is.
Nico Hischier.
Wrong.
Sidney Crosby.
Wrong.
What?
What year did he become captain?
I don't know. But I tell you right now, this is going to be a long quiz if you don't get this.
Oh, actually?
Yes.
19. Who became captain at 19?
Oh God. What the fuck?
2016, he became captain.
What division?
Oh my God. It's not McDavid, is
Yes,
it?
it is.
Oh,
Point
fuck's
shade.
sake.
Point shade.
How did we not get
One
that?
nothing
That's
shade.
sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
That's sad.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. That's brutal.
That's
Jesus.
terrible.
Okay.
I think we just overthought it.
Yeah, I think so
I think
too.
we just overthought it. Like asking that question, we just thought you wouldn't have put McDavid. That makes sense though.
Which NHL coach holds the record for the most career wins?
Oh,
I just
Jesus.
saw this. I just saw this the other day because Palmaris is like 3rd now. Quenville's 4th.
My God.
Who's number 1?
Can we get a hint?
I'm trying to like think.
He coached the St. Louis Blues, the Montreal Canadiens, the Buffalo Sabres, the Pittsburgh Penguins,
How long
the
has he been
Detroit
retired?
Red Wings.
Is it Dan? No, never mind.
When did he retire?
I just saw this like today, I think too, which is the worst part that I didn't pay attention.
I have a name in mind, but I don't think it's him.
I could think of the name. Is his first name Dave?
No.
Damn it.
He retired in 2002.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I should've
okay,
tried
yeah,
to
that's
time.
not who I was thinking then.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Coach Team Canada too. Yes.
Pat Quinn.
No. Close.
Pat LaFontaine.
No. Close. I mean that's like the same era.
Oh.
Well, I guess this point goes to no one then.
Who was it?
Scotty Bowman.
Oh, I knew it too. I saw this the other day and I.
He's-
I should have
He
remembered.
goes Chicago, right?
Yeah, he's with Chicago for a bit.
Which team won the Stanley Cup in 2019?
St. Louis.
St. Louis Blues. Correct. Shane
I was
takes
just
a
talking them. too.
2-0 league
This is rough.
lead. Who won the Calder Trophy in 2016?
That would have been.
Jacob.
We just talked about this. Panarin. No.
Correct.
Oh shit.
Makes it 2-1.
I was
thought you
like,
were gonna
I
choke.
went to press it and then I just didn't press it for some reason.
What is the maximum number of players you can have on an NHL roster?
23.
Correct. Jacob ties it up.
Oh my God.
Who won the Hart Trophy in 2020? Shane.
Matthews.
Wrong.
McDavid.
Wrong.
What's Hart again? That's
MVP.
MVP.
Oh. I was thinking of
Jacob.
Makar.
Wrong.
2020.
Who won the MVP in 2020 of the NHL? That's the question.
This is sad.
Kucherov.
Wrong. Shane, I'll give you a guess and then I'll tell you guys a hint.
Crosby.
Wrong. He plays in the Pacific Division. Jacob.
Pacific.
2020. It's not that long ago.
I don't know.
Hart Trophy.
That was COVID year.
Plays in
That's
the
the issue.
Pacific.
Who's in the Pacific again? Is that Colorado and all them?
That's-
McKinnon.
no. The
My
Pacific Division.
Who's in the Pacific?
Vegas Golden Knights, Vancouver Canucks,
Wasn't
Calgary
Pedersen, was
Flames,
it?
Los Angeles Kings. Wasn't who?
Pedersen.
Wrong. Edmonton Oilers, Seattle Kraken, Anaheim Ducks, San Jose Sharks.
Dreisaitl.
Correct. Thank
Yeah.
God.
How was it Dreisaitl?
3-2.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ, fellas.
This is
Holy
a Sunday for you.
Jesus.
Who had the second overall pick in the 2022 NHL draft?
Oh Jesus!
This is 2 years ago.
Anaheim.
Wrong.
What'd you say?
Anaheim. Second overall pick.
2022?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so sad.
Wow.
I don't even remember who was drafted.
I don't either.
Okay. Slavkovsky went first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cooley
that's
went
right.
third.
Who?
Cooley went third.
Oh.
Wright went fourth. Who had the second overall pick, Shane?
Oh my God. Columbus?
Wrong. It was a defenseman they took. Simon Nemec. This team took second
New
overall.
Jersey.
Correct. That one
I
surprised
had
me.
no idea.
That one surprised me.
Simon Nemec was second overall that year?
Yes, and why did New Jersey have a second overall pick 2 years ago? They're like gross now.
I'm so dumb.
Jesus.
Hey, we're both on the same page.
Which NHL team has the most Europeans on their roster this season?
This season.
Yeah,
Columbus.
wrong.
No. Los Angeles.
Correct. Makes it 4-3.
How'd you know that?
How'd you get that? But you could get dry
Let's go,
How did you know that?
Just pure knowledge.
Columbus has a shit ton too. That's
Who was the starting goaltender
Oh.
on the 2013-2014 Florida Panthers?
That would have been. That would be Tim Thomas.
Correct. Fuck. I was trying to bait you into Luongo.
Yeah, I know. 2013, 14 years ago. He got traded like 16.
That's when he had his
And that would
Dallas
have been either
gear.
Shea Theodore or it would have been Tim Thomas.
No, I think the three that year was Thomas Luongo, but he only played 14
And then
games.
Bokun.
No, Markstrom.
Oh.
No, because Luongo got traded for Markstrom.
No, it would have been Bokun.
Okay, no, then maybe they split that season then.
Luongo got traded there in like 15, I think.
I don't think so, buddy.
Because he didn't play with Tim Thomas. Tim Thomas was before him. Because after Tim Thomas won the cup, he went to Florida and then retired. And
No, he went to Dallas too.
Pretty sure Luongo got traded in 16.
I'll Google it right now. This is gonna be really embarrassing because it's not only that it's your favorite team, it's your favorite player.
Mm-hmm. I think it was 16 or 15.
Goaltenders, we're looking at Roberto Luongo, Tim Thomas, Scott Clemenson, Jacob Markstrom, and Dan Ellis.
Oh, so Jake
In
Marks-
2013.
Yes, 2013-14
So you
season.
tell me after he lost the cup, he only stayed 2 years?
Casual.
There's no way I've been a Florida fan for that
Casual.
long. I've been
Okay.
a Florida fan for 10 years?
Who was the
don't make sense.
Who was the starting goaltender of the 2013 New York Islanders?
Oh my god.
Varlamov.
Wrong.
What?
2013 New York Islanders Varlamov?
Halak.
Grice.
Wrong.
What?
Halak.
Wrong.
Don't tell me it was Nelson.
Wrong.
Was it DiPietro?
No, wrong. 2013.
Are
New
you
York
sure? Okay,
Islanders.
now I'm on your side.
Varlamov? Wasn't there?
No.
Varlamov was on he was on Colorado.
You're telling me
at
it
that
wasn't
time.
Halak?
Or Grice? Thomas Grice?
No. 2013-2014 New York Islanders.
Who was on that team? Other than,
Kyle Okposo led the team
Well, no,
in
that
points that
team.
year.
like, the goalies. Who were the 2 goalies that were not him?
The
Okay.
backups?
Yeah.
Okay,
Halak was on that team.
I'll pull up the goalies.
Yeah, but starting
Eh,
goalie. So if he's there.
Yeah,
on
but he
backup-
played. like-
Kevin Poulin and Andres Nilsson were there.
See, that's who I thought was the starter.
He played 40 games, had a... Jesus, that can't
He
be
only
right.
played 40 games?
Yeah.
This isn't a starter?
Yes, it is. He's played more games than every other goalie. Starter, 40 games, 2013, New York Islanders, Shane, your favorite team.
I'm a casual now.
I thought this would be a spoon-fed to you guys.
You think I pay attention to goalies?
Okay,
Who is it? Come on. That guy from that video. It's that guy from that video. It's only a game.
no.
That guy?
No, it's not Briscoe.
Ah, shit.
I'll see if I can. I'll pull up his elite prospects, and I'll see if I can.
What
give
the
you
hell? This is...
Shane, come on, bud. I gave.
Oh,
him-
wait. Did he play for Edmonton?
Oh! Nabokov.
Correct.
Nabokov. Who the fuck is that?
Now I remember.
I've never heard of him.
Now I remember.
5-4.
Now I
5-4.
remember.
Nabokov.
I just had to think of the playoffs. When he let in 8 million goals.
Get ready on the buzzers, boys. What Florida Panther won the Calder in
Ekblad.
2012-2013?
Ekblad.
Oh!
Wrong.
He was drafted in 2015, you idiot.
A Florida
Shane?
2011, 2012?
2012-2013.
Barkov.
Yeah, no, not Barkov.
Huberdeau.
Yes, correct.
Who?
Huberdeau. 6-4. 6-4.
As soon as he said
Who's
Barkov,
winning?
I am.
Jacob, 6-4. We have 4 questions left. Who wears number 78 for the Toronto Maple Leafs?
That is the rookie there. Gregoire.
Wrong.
Gregor?
No, wrong. Shane?
78?
78.
TJ Brody.
Correct. 6-5. I just found like the most random player. I was like,
Like, how do you get that?
okay,
God.
get ready on the buzzer. In what year did the New York Islanders draft John Tavares first overall? Shane?
2009.
Correct. He ties it
I
up
had no idea what that
at
was.
6 with 2 questions left.
What junior team was Alexis Lafreniere drafted from?
Rimouski.
Correct. He takes the lead. Oh my gosh, it's 7-6 going into the final question. Who had the most hat tricks last season? Shane, it all comes down to this. It all comes down to this, Shane.
Who is it, Jacob?
Well, you can't tell you.
You guessed it first. You
Who had the most hat
I'm
tricks
nervous. I'm between
last
two.
season?
I'll just say McDavid because it's 60.
Wrong.
Was it Draisaitl?
No, it wasn't.
Matthews.
Dr. Shane, and he's wrong. Most hat tricks, Jacob. To tie it up.
Most hat tricks.
Incorrect.
Most hat tricks.
Yes, most hat tricks last year. He had 4.
It's a scrub.
He had 4 hat tricks last year.
4.
Yeah.
That was the most?
Yeah. Not a scrub.
McKinnon.
Wrong.
Tage Thompson?
Correct! And he gets it. He closes out final score.
Wow.
8-6.
You like that?
And Shane
That's
wins
bullshit.
it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of the 5 Bag Podcast. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and we'll see you all next week. See ya.